Solitude. Solitude snake. Lonely key is open, so a key when it's not on top of something can open it. Oh, bird is you! Great! That's nice. Alright, box is shut and push. Box has flag. Flag is win. So, my deal here is I need to get that box, hit it with the key, and then it wins. I can push rocks around, and skull is defeat. So, what I guess I need to do is I need to push... I guess I need to push this rock here somehow. And if I'm able to say, so skulls are defeat, and we do have this interesting little lonely here, and I wonder what happens if I say lonely is push. That would have been kind of cool. So basically anything that wasn't on a tile would have been pushable if that had done what I thought it would have done. Nevertheless, if I come over here and I go ahead and just push that rock onto the skull, and if I say lonely rock is push, I wonder what happens. Well, nothing happens because the rock is no longer pushed because it is in fact on a tile, therefore it's no longer lonely. So key is open. I can make key push, but I don't think that that's going to really do me a whole lot of good here. Not yet anyway. That is how I'm going to be able to push the key onto the crate in the end, but it's not particularly useful at this point in time. So we do have nothing else that really sticks out to me about the skull. There's no other mechanics that I can really play with here except for what is, you know, present in this specific room. Now, I could say rock is key, and that could be very interesting. And I could change the key back into a rock. So if I did that, I could potentially do something with regards to lonely. So if I say rock is now push, I can use one of the rocks to push the other rock along. Now if I do that, I can... Rock is lonely. I could transform this back into a key. So now these are both keys. And if I had some way of maybe putting some text up here, and I went ahead and like pushed some text onto a... Yeah, okay, I think I see it now. So let's go ahead and reset. I can now say, if I do something like rock is push, and I get that rock into that position, I can now come over here, and I could say, maybe lonely rock is push, and if I push the key on top of it, I could then push lonely out of the way. Yeah, okay. That's the way it's gonna work. So, if we come over here and we say that key is push. Good stuff. We can go ahead and push the key on top of the rock. And I have all the text jumbled up way too closely. So the key is now on top of the rock. I'm going to go ahead and say that the key is no longer pushable. I will now say that the lonely rock is push. And by doing that, I can say that I can go across this rock now. It's no longer pushable because it has a key underneath it. Key is not push, so when I say the rock, if I take away lonely, now rock is push, I can push the rock without pushing the key along. I can now say key is push. And if I get that key onto... Okay, yeah, this is interesting now. So, I can... Oh, box is push. Got it. So now I can say that the box is push. We're not out of the woods yet, but we're much closer to being out of the woods than we were before. If the woods were like, you know, I don't know, wait, what was the thing that I just said? We're not out of the woods. Okay. If the woods were saying things like, well, I got an early flight to catch tomorrow, I should probably get a cab back to a hotel, then, you know, we're getting really close, and that's the important thing. So even though key is not push, I can still say key is open, and now if I push the key, if I push the box on top of the key, it'll open up and reveal the flag. So that'll do it. Sometimes you gotta think a little bit outside of the container. Let's go with level 4. What is Baba? That's what everyone asks when they fucking join the stream. What? Whoa. Okay. I looked at Baba and immediately started moving and I got very confused. So, lonely text is you. Baba is up. So now I can make Baba turn upwards. And I can say... Baba is move. So I can have him move along. And he can go back and forth. Okay, Baba is now up there. Well, I guess I can get him to give me the is. So, let's reverse course a little bit. We'll say Baba is up. And now Baba is move. Okay. We can now... Oh, we can't make him move back left and right. Because I can't push Baba. He's not push. So even if I did kind of come up over here and try to set him straight, it wouldn't really work out super well. So I guess all I can do is something like this. And now Baba's pointing upwards. I can say, I can get Baba to give me the is. And now text is me. And that's... freaky. Alright. So if we wait for Baba to move down, so the is can die, and that's fine. So we can say, we can get Baba back in here, and then I can just become Baba. So, whenever... Okay, so now Baba is used, now permanent. And I can now just manipulate the text as if it's, you know, this normal business. So I can just say that Baba is win and Baba is you. And the text moves very, very strangely because it keeps temporarily becoming me whenever it's not on the walls or the ground or anything. I hope that this level is as short, or this world is as short as it's looking to be, but I just know it's going to open up with a whole nother painscape shortly. So we have sun is sun. We have lonely text is you. I'm currently playing as the is block, and that's interesting. We have Baba is open. You dirty Baba. We have the sun, which is the sun, and the sun is not you. We have Baba is you shut, and every time I move one of these texts... Oh, interesting. Okay, so Baba is currently me. And I guess I can slowly maneuver Baba up to me. Like that. And it looks like there is... Okay, so the word Baba is on a tile, and in the lower left we do see the tile is push. So I can push things along with Baba like that. It's not particularly useful, but this is a way that I can move Baba around. It looks like every time I have a pretty easy time moving the moving Baba to the left and to the right. And I guess if I... So sun is stop, meaning that I can just keep moving Baba is you. And as soon as I get here, Baba is basically just going to move as in a pretty easy to control manner here. So this level is very tedious, but I can kind of work with this, so just keep juggling is you back. And now that I have the sun tile retrieved, I can go ahead and say sun is shut, and then just maneuver Baba on top of the sun, and then that will open it. And I will have a perfect little victory set up. Can I push that? Yeah, there's a slightly easier way to do this than what I'm doing, which is if I just use these pillars a little bit to my advantage here, instead of jostling myself back and forth, ladies, I can just go ahead and anchor myself on the right, and then that way I can kind of have a lot easier of a time moving all this crap around. And we're gonna just keep on, we're gonna push sun all the way there, and now I want to move up, so the most efficient way to do that is just to come down over here and say Baba is you. We want to move him to the right a couple of times, and now we want to move sun up. And now what we want to do is we want to have you here. Oh, but I touched Baba, so everything became hell on earth. So let's go ahead and get Baba a little bit further out of the way then. Okay, so we have you here. We have Baba is you. Ugh. Yeah, I see now. I see where the fun in all this was hiding. It was at this moment, where I had to get perfectly positioned so that I could say sun is shut and Baba is you. So there we go. Now I just need to, I'm gonna just constantly be jostling Baba back and forth. Oh, crap. Alright, so I need to get all this positioned in a way that I can move down into the right. And then all this stuff will be a lot easier to do. So, to do things down and to the right, I need to be in this area, where I have is there, and then I have you, and then sun, and shut, and Baba. But the problem is that I would need to be actually in this corner, because Baba would want to move up and to the right. So let's go ahead and get all the text positioned again. Text position set is basically a synonym for exposition. That joke was way funnier in my head than when I said it out loud. Let's go ahead and do this, though. Alright. I guess I'm just gonna want to have Baba ready. Okay, Baba can now push shut into place. I'll have to move everything over a little bit. And now we're starting to see yet another problem with all of this, which is that Baba is going to push shut, and then he's going to be in a bad position to actually do anything. So I guess what we want to have is we want to have I moved the U over. Oh, lovely. I moved that one first, so okay. So we want to have U there. We want to have sun and shut on these positions. And now everything should start to make sense if you're paying attention here. So we're gonna push the entire trio block in rather than a single block. And that will position Baba into a much more advantageous spot. Oh. Huh. Yeah, now when I push to the right, Baba is going to do some nefarious deeds that I really don't want him to be doing. Basically, he's going to push you to the right one, but he's going to do it one step too early. There we go. That's good. We can now sacrifice Baba. We can come over here and we can say text is win, and that was easy enough.